Hello, and welcome to another enlightening edition of Guarding the Truth, brought to you by the Conquerors Bible Fellowship Church and sponsored by the Standard Bearers Foundation. Guarding the Truth is a video series dealing with controversial, critical, current, and challenging issues that face our world today. Our voice of reason, our voice of wisdom, is the senior pastor of the Conquerors Bible Fellowship Church, Pastor Michael W. Boston Sr. Pastor Boston, in the preceding episode, we dealt with some very touchy subject matter. Now the question on the table is, what is the Bible's view on divorce?
Our mantra is that we deal with challenging, critical, and current issues. And certainly, divorce is all of those. What I love about being a Bible teaching church is that I get to teach the Bible. I get to say what God has said about an issue, what God has said about a thing. So I'm about to answer your question, but I want to answer the question saying, this is not my opinion. This is not my view. This is God's view. This is how God feels about it. And he's unequivocally clear because of the words that he used. I just want to speak to the issue of divorce, and maybe it would strengthen or bring some stability to existing families or marriages right now that may be rocky. In Malachi chapter 2, verse 16, it says, "For I hate divorce." It doesn't say I, Mike Boston, hates divorce. Listen to what it says. "For I hate divorce, says the Lord God of Israel, and him who covers his garment with wrong, says the Lord of hosts. So take heed to your spirit that you do not deal treacherously." God hates divorce. God hates divorce. It breaks asunder the union that God himself established. Divorce never ends with just the two individuals. It breaks asunder the union of God, and it impacts other people's lives. Even though it's widely accepted, it's extremely popular, it's a time-honored institution in human society. That's what marriage is. God hates divorce. He hates divorce because not only is it's clear why he hates divorce, but he hates divorce because the shrapnel, if you will, the shrapnel from divorce causes collateral damage in the lives of children. The shrapnel from divorce causes collateral damage in between in-laws. The shrapnel from divorce causes collateral damage between people of family and people not of family. Relationships that have been established because of the union of marriage. Divorce shoots out shrapnel that causes collateral damage in the lives of not only children, family, and friends. God hates divorce because when we look at how this thing consummates itself, when we look at how time ends itself, Christ the bridegroom, he marries the church, the bride, and they live eternally. Well, marriage on earth should be a representation of the marriage in heaven. And you can rest assured that God would never allow Christ to divorce the church or the church to divorce Christ. God hates divorce because of what it represents in heaven as well as on earth. The question about divorce is a very prevailing question. It doesn't only speak about our times now or times yesterday, but it certainly will speak to times to come. I will say that God feels the same way about divorce as he has in the past, as he does now in the present, and as he will in the future. There are some provisions that allows divorce to happen, but they come with some contingencies themselves. But the question is about divorce in particular. And as I said, my answer is God's answer. In Mark chapter 10, there are a few verses that speak specifically and at length on divorce. What I like about having this platform is that I get to say what God said, even though they may appear initially to be my answers. They're only my answers because I agree with what God has said about it.
Visit us online for more information at cbfc.org. Or you can visit Pastor Boston at his other social media destinations: Facebook, Conquerors Bible Fellowship Church; on Twitter, Pastor_Boston; or on Blogspot, MikeWBostonSR.blogspot.com. That's it for this edition of Guarding the Truth, where we're guarding the truth until God comes.